My last upload to this channel was in March of 2022, nearly 4 years ago. So hello friends, welcome back. I figured it was time for a bit of an update. So what have I been doing for the past few years if not making videos? Well, as I'm sure you know, life gets noisy and priorities shift. But here are the highlights. We put in a pond and did a major grading project here at Homestead. I launched a separate wine brand, unrelated to the project I have in the works here. And I deleted over 80% of my videos to focus the channel on what people actually watched. Let's start off with the property update. Here at Homestead, we completed what was actually a fairly major grading project. We put in some new roads, put in a building pad for the future winery building, and did a lot of tidying up. A lot of dirt was moved. But my favorite component of the whole project was the addition of the pond. It's just over half an acre in surface area, and it's about 10 feet deep at its deepest. The main dam is back there, and that's the trash rack and riser that the pond overflows into. The water drops down the vertical riser and into a horizontal pipe at the bottom of the pond that goes through the dam. Here, the pipe has been buried under the dam, and the guys are basically dry fitting the last length of pipe in order to properly position the riser before bolting it to its concrete pad. And I've built a wooden structure over the top of the trash rack that's going to be a swimming platform, or more likely, a place for geese to poop. I put in some supply pipes to pull water from the pond, and they go through a trench over to that little box you can barely see there. That's where the pumps will sit to pump water up there to the future vineyard area for irrigation and frost protection. Here are a few before and after pictures. We also put in a well. It's about 300 feet deep and produces 15 gallons a minute. I got quite a bit of footage while the well was being drilled, so let me know if you'd be interested in a video about that whole process. And down there behind me is the building site for the winery building. And as you can see, no winery yet. You can see the stakes with the pink flags marking the corners for a 40 by 80 foot steel building. And although I don't have a winery yet, I do have a wine brand. I wanted to make truly American wine, not French or Italian style wine that just happens to be made in the US, but something unique. So I've been making wine from muscadine grapes, which are native to the American Southeast. Muscadines don't grow well up here in the mountains because it's too cold, so I've been buying muscadine grapes from a vineyard down where it's warmer, and I contracted with an established winery here in North Carolina to make wine under my direction and on my behalf. So now I have a wine brand made and sold through the facilities and licenses of a third-party winery, while I continue slowly working on building a winery here at the property. If you want to support my uniquely American fine wine project, I'll leave a discount code at the end of this video, but no pressure. Now let's talk about this channel and its future. I started the channel over 5 years ago and averaged about 2 videos a month for the first year and a half. Then I got distracted by other things and stopped uploading. With the 37 videos I did upload, I experimented with a number of different formats and topics, and there's been a clear audience favorite. The equipment and project videos have received by far the most views. So I made a tough decision to retire over 80% of the videos I had uploaded to refocus this channel around what people actually watched. Well, with 2 exceptions, that is. I kept this wine-related video because it was the first one I ever posted, and I kept this one because even though it didn't get many views, I still think it's good info. So if you really want peace and quiet, it might be better to live next to the Big Sur Land Trust property rather than the Los Padres National Forest. If you're not familiar with things like the USDA Web Soil Survey or the USGS Protected Areas Database, that video is worth a watch. So going forward on this channel, I'm focusing on what people clearly enjoyed the most: equipment and projects on the property. I do also have a couple of wine-related videos in the works, but I'll be putting those on a second channel that I started, which is called On Wine with Eric. That channel is dedicated to the business, philosophy, history, and technology of wine. In the next Homestead video, we'll take a look at the Mighty Mac chipper, and after that, we'll take a look at the Antonio Carraro articulating tractor that you might have seen in some of my earlier videos. So it's good to be back, and thank you for being here as well. As promised, if you use the code WELCOME, you can save $25 on shipping for a limited time when you order wine from my website, ericmartellowines.com. Certain restrictions and limitations apply. For example, you must be at least 21 years of age to order, and I can only ship to certain states within the US. See ericmartellowines.com for more details. So I guess that makes this a sponsored video, and the sponsor was me. If you would, please give the video a thumbs up and leave a comment. It'll really help the channel rebuild some momentum. Thank you again for the support over the last few years, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.